Lesson 74 in A Course in Miracles. There is no will but God's. The idea for today can be regarded as the central thought towards which all our exercises are directed. God is the only will. When you have accepted this, you have recognized that your will is His. The belief that conflict is possible has gone. Peace has replaced the strange idea that you are torn by conflicting goals. As an expression of the will of God, you have no goal but His. There is great peace in today's idea, and the exercises for today are directed towards finding it. The idea itself is wholly true, therefore it cannot give rise to illusions. Without illusions, conflict is impossible. Let us try to recognize this today and experience the peace this recognition brings. Begin the longer practice period by repeating these thoughts several times, slowly, and with a firm determination to understand what they mean and to hold them in mind. There is no will but God's. I cannot be in conflict. Then spend several minutes in adding some related thoughts such as, I am at peace. Nothing can disturb me. My will is God's. My will and God's are one. God wills peace for His Son. During this introductory phase, be sure to deal quickly with any conflict thoughts that may cross your mind. Tell yourself immediately, there is no will but God's. These conflict thoughts are meaningless. If there is one conflict area which seems particularly difficult to resolve, single it out for special consideration. Think about it briefly but very specifically. Recognize the particular person or persons and the situation or situations involved and tell yourself, there is no will but God's. I share it with Him. My conflicts about blank cannot be real. My conflicts about my partner, someone in my life, cannot be real. After you have cleared your mind in this way, close your eyes and try to experience the peace to which your reality entitles you. Sink into it and feel it closing around you. There may be some temptation to mistake these attempts for withdrawal, but the difference is easily detected. If you are succeeding, you will feel a deep sense of joy and an increased alertness, rather than a feeling of drowsiness and enervation. Joy categorizes peace. By this expression will you recognize that you have reached it. If you feel yourself merely slipping off into withdrawal, quickly repeat the idea for today and try again. Do this as often as necessary. There is definite gain in refusing to allow retreat into withdrawal, even if you do not experience the peace you seek. So with eyes open, repeating today's idea, there is no will but God's. There is no will but God's. There is no will but God's. Feeling the determination. There is no will but God's. And feeling the understanding of these words. There is no will but God's. If conflicting thoughts arise, tell yourself, there is no will but God's. These conflict thoughts are meaningless. I cannot be in conflict. There is no will but God's. I cannot be in conflict. Spend several minutes adding related thoughts, such as, I am at peace. Nothing can disturb me. My will is God's. My will and God's are one. God wills peace for His Son. God's will for me is perfect happiness. I am loved, loving, and lovable forever. God is but love, and therefore so am I. My mind holds only what I think with God, and God is love. So in truth, I can only really hold love in my mind. Everything else is a wild fantasy. If conflicting thoughts arise, tell yourself, there is no will but God's. These conflict thoughts are meaningless. Remembering that if a particular circumstance, personal situation comes to mind that you're having trouble with now, tell yourself, there is no will but God's. I share it with Him. I share it with God. My conflicts about this person or situation cannot be real. There is no will but God's. I share it with Him. I share the will of God with Him, with God. My conflicts about whatever situation cannot be real. After you have cleared your mind in this way, close your eyes and try to experience the peace which your reality entitles you. Sink into it. And feel it closing around you. Don't mistake this attempt to sink inwards as a withdrawal from yourself, but rather your success in feeling a deep sense of joy and increased alertness. Rather than feeling drowsiness or enervation. You want the joy You deserve the joy, the feeling of deep peace, increased alertness, a deep sense of joy. Joy characterizes peace. Sink into this state now. And if you feel your mind slipping away, return to the lesson. Return to your desire to sink into this joy. There is no will but God's. God's will for me is perfect happiness. Refuse to allow yourself to retreat from your happiness now, and allow yourself to sink into it. It's your natural state. Take a couple of minutes to go into this state more and more fully now. There is no will but God's. In the shorter practice periods, which should be undertaken at regular and predetermined intervals, say to yourself, there is no will but God's. I seek His peace today. Then try to find what you are seeking. A minute or two every half hour, with eyes closed if possible, would be well spent on this today. Setting the intention to be joyful, to bring God's will into your experience. He wants you to be happy. He wants you to be joyful today. There is no will but God's. I seek His peace today. Peace and joy go together. You deserve it. Know you deserve to be peaceful and happy and joyful today. This is your day. Set the intention now for the rest of your day. See yourself joyful, repeating your lesson throughout the day. And I will include a 2-minute audio reminder on the application, mobile application. Have a wonderful day.